Hello from Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia because I flew in very late last night. I got in a little bit after midnight and Dennis came and he picked me up. This is his brand new apartment right here, which is very fancy and I like it a lot. And we woke up this morning and we basically have just had brunch. We went to a place about a 10-minute walk away and we had some eggs and some bacon, some French toast and grits. We had a delicious breakfast, but now we need to get ready to drive to Asheville where we're gonna be going on a camping trip with some of our college friends. So we were just right down there on the ground, but now we're on the roof of Dennis's apartment complex because he wanted to show me the pool.
We're raising it, yeah!
Okay, but here's the roof of Dennis's apartment complex where the pool is, and you can see downtown Atlanta right over there. How cool. All right, so we just came down from the roof. This is an outdoor courtyard area, which is incredibly cool. There's a few locations that I got to see last night coming back from the airport that I want to check out as well. There's Dennis right now, over there on a little swing. So that's pretty cool. You having a good time, Dennis? I bet. All right, so we made it back to Dennis's apartment. He lives in a 1-1 apartment right now, which is fantastic. He's in there getting ready. That's where I slept last night on that little air mattress. This looks pretty familiar. Right here, this Blue Eyes White Dragon rug that I got a little while ago. Right here, this is Dennis's filming setup, which is pretty cool. And then we have all of our belongings that we're gonna be bringing on the camping trip lined up right over here. Here's Dennis's backpack where he has the tent inside there. He has his sleeping bag and a chair. I have my sleeping bag right here. I have all of my snacks that I've packed, and then all my warm weather clothes and blankets in there because it's probably gonna get pretty cold. This is a lot of what Dennis prepared for himself and for me for the camping trip in terms of snacks to bring. We have some water. We have some alcohol here, of course, and some Gatorade in there, as well as some trail mix and beef jerky and whatnot. Earlier today, we went to Barnes & Noble before we went to brunch, and guess what we got? We got ourselves some Pokemon. So I got this box right here, and then Dennis got this, which is pretty cool, and then we each got one of these Elite Trainer Pokemon Celebrations boxes, so we'll probably be opening that up a little bit later, which Dennis opened up a little bit last night right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything into our bags and then head down to the car and head off to Asheville. Okay, so we are heading down to the car to put our belongings into the car right over here. This is the gym, which is pretty neat, and then right across from the gym is a speakeasy, which is pretty cool. You can open it up by touching that right there. There's probably somebody inside right now. Look at that. Look how cool. All right, so we're in the car. We are heading to Asheville, where we're gonna be going camping and meeting up with the rest of the bros. It's kind of a bro weekend event that we're gonna be doing today, this entire weekend actually. So we'll see when we get there. It's probably gonna take about 3.5 hours. Okay, so we stopped off at a camping store to pick up some food here, some ready-made to eat food that we should just be able to add water to and enjoy these for dinner and breakfast at some point along the trail. Okay, so we're back on the road. We have been on the road for about an hour now, so we have maybe 2 more hours until we get to Asheville. Right, Dennis? Maybe 3. Okay, we made it to South Carolina out of Georgia, so we're getting a little bit closer. I think we have about 2 hours left now to head to the campsite where my brother Travis is already there waiting for us. Okay, so we pulled over for gas. We're about halfway until our campsite, right, Dennis? Yep. Making some pretty good time, I think. And I think we're about to stop for some lunch. All right, so we decided to stop off at Hardee's to get some food. Look at the size of that burger. Right there we have some fries and a drink, and we're gonna be hitting the road here soon for Asheville. Hopefully gonna be there in about an hour and a half, I hope. We're headed towards the mountains. Look at that, you can see them off in the distance. That's so cool. The sun's starting to set. I'm driving now though. Hello. What? Yay. How'd you get over there? We stopped for food, which I think I called lunch, but it was probably gonna be more of a dinner because it might be dark by the time that we get there, but we have about less than an hour to go. Yay. What's that green sign, Roy? It says, welcome to North Carolina. It says low, soft shoulder. Oh, that sign? Oh, Dennis. Dennis doesn't. It's all good. Working camera. Oh, geez. Did you guys watch Dennis's vlog of his New England trip? I had to edit that a little bit, but otherwise it was great. Thanks, Roy. I think we're about half an hour away, and just look how beautiful it looks out there. Yeah, look at this pink light. The clouds. It's so beautiful. Every time the sun hits the trees just right, it's chef's kiss. All right, so we made it to our campsite right before dark, but we immediately set up our tent. It is now completely dark, and now we're leaving again to go get some dinner, get some beers potentially with the guys that are here. We still have half of the bros that are probably going to be showing up a little bit later, right, Dennis? And it's also pretty cold, and I'm wearing shorts currently and Charmander socks. So I should probably change into something more warm. Okay, so it's a little bit brighter now because we made it to where we're gonna be having dinner and some beers here at the Sierra Nevada Brewery. Look how massive this building is.
It's like the headquarters for all the East Coast.
Isn't it cool? And then look who it is over here, Travis. Dude, I know him. Don't you know him?
I know that guy.
Look how incredibly cool this is in here. Ooh, it's cold, and I should have put on some pants. All right, so we went outside. There's a bar outside as well as a bar inside. I ended up getting this. This is a sour ale, which is really good. They don't have food here, though, so I think the guys want to go grab some food elsewhere because this place closes very soon. All right, so we're having some dinner right now, enjoying some Mexican food before we head back to the campsite in just a little bit. And I think we're going to be picking up some guys from the airports as well. All right, so we made it back to the campsite. Hi, Dennis.
Hi.
So something pretty interesting happened on the way home, right?
Yeah, well, the guy driving our car hit a deer.
Yeah, we hit a deer. So they're currently dealing with that right now. We made it back to the campsite. All the guys are here. Travis went to go pick up everybody from the airport. So we finally have the entire group of bros here that's going to be enjoying the weekend with us. I'm going to go and call it a night right now and continue the video in the morning. This is going to be one long video of our fun trip to Asheville to go camping, right? And hopefully I'll be able to show off the car, presuming they don't have to take it to a dealer or something or a body shop.
Night, night.
Hello and good morning from the very next day. So I did not show the campsite at all yesterday because it was incredibly dark. We have two campsites, this one right here and then the one way over there. Right now a bunch of guys are over there cooking some breakfast. Dennis and I are camping in this yellow tent right here, and then right behind me, this is where the deer hit the car last night. So myself and a couple friends and Dennis, we were driving back to the campsite as Travis was going to the airport to go pick up other people, and as we were driving, a deer ran out in front of the car, completely just smashing in the headlight here and just kind of destroying just the whole side of the car, the wheel well right here. They cleaned it up a little bit compared to what it looked like last night with broken glass everywhere. They filed the insurance claim and it's safe to drive, how they assessed it and deemed it, so they should be good to go. The guy that drove this car drove from Raleigh, so he has a bit of a drive to head back home, so I think he will be good. It's just the damage to the exterior here is just really unfortunate. And it was pretty scary, without a doubt, but at least we're all okay. None of the airbags deployed, and he should be good to drive this to get the bodywork done to repair it. All right, so Travis is brewing some coffee right over here. Some boiled water and then some hand ground coffee grinds right there. We got some sausages going on the stove. There's a fire going over here. This is a pretty good way to start the day. Right, Travis?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so good morning, bro.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Hey. I was just showing off the beautiful breakfast over here.
It's a
We're
good
hanging
one.
out over here by the fire. Gonna be going camping, or we're already camping. We're gonna go hiking soon, right?
Yeah.
You excited for that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we are disassembling the campsite and the tents right now. Gonna pack this up and put it in a backpack and hit the trail here pretty soon, I think. All right, so we're getting ready to go. Everybody's pretty much packed up over here, kind of doing the final shakedown of what to bring. This is pretty much what I'm gonna be bringing for myself and Dennis. Dennis is gonna be carrying our tent, and I'm gonna try to be carrying the majority of the food here. I think Dennis has some of his own food as well. This is what we got from the camping store yesterday. Got a few breakfasts here. Got biscuits and sausage, and then a breakfast skillet, a beef stroganoff, and then a beef pasta marinara. I don't know if I'm gonna be bringing all of these or kind of condensing it, have some little energy snacks there, then some beef jerky and some Fritos for the trail. Got this water bottle yesterday as well. I have some chargers, I have some flashlights, I have a nice woolly hat there, some nice socks for when we start camping, and probably in the tent a little bit later. Right now I'm wearing my Charmeleon socks, so I evolved from yesterday, but I'll be putting those on hopefully in a little bit. Have my sleeping bag here. Don't know if I'm gonna bring this right here because I'm gonna try to condense as much as possible because I have a smaller backpack compared to a lot of the larger, more hefty backpacks that the guys are using. So I gotta go ahead and figure out a way to get this into the backpack, and then we'll be going here pretty soon. All right, so the tents have been deconstructed. This is my bag right here, which again is a little bit small, but I got everything that I needed to get into that bag, and Dennis has our tent, and I think he has some of his food. I have my food in here, and everything that hopefully I'll be needing for both today and for tomorrow, because the trail that we're going to be going on is, I think, about 12 miles long, and I think about 4,000 feet elevation, so it's going to be a pretty intense trail. So I wanted to pack as minimally as possible. This is where mine and Dennis's tent was. A lot of the guys took their tents down. We still have a couple tents down there. Those are the bigger tents because we're taking the smaller tents, but time to hop in the cars and then make the hour drive to get to the trailhead. All right, off we go, heading out of the campsites. We're following Travis right now, where the majority of guys are in that car, and we're carrying all the gear pretty much in our car. Are you excited for this, Dennis?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun. There's the little station that we checked in last night, and then we also got firewood right over here as well. It looks incredibly gorgeous right now, just driving through the woods. The trees are starting to change, and according to Dennis, right Dennis, it's gonna be a little bit better once we get to a higher elevation. The leaves will be changing.
Hopefully, get up higher. It's colder, so hopefully the trees change sooner.
All right, so we just stopped by this little convenience store where there's a Subway inside, and we got some sandwiches, and we're gonna eat this in the car on the way to the trailhead, so off we go. So right now we are driving through the Pisgah National Forest, which is going to lead us to the trailhead for the Butter Gap Trail, which is the trail that we're gonna be doing today. The leaves are definitely starting to change here as we get a little bit higher up into the upper altitude. So I'm excited to see what it looks like at the top of the mountain, right Dennis?
Yeah.
All right, so we parked the cars way down there, and we are heading right over here. The road is closed. I think this area flooded a little while ago, but this is gonna be where we enter for the trail. Dennis, you ready to go hiking for 2 days? Pretty much. I think we're doing some sort of a trail right here, so that's gonna be fun. Okay, so we're starting the trail right now. This is the parking lot, which is currently closed, but it looks like this is the start of the trailhead. And I think we're just going a few miles today, then setting up camp probably once we get there. I really love this wooden fence here along the trail. It's probably gonna get a little bit more intense as we get a little bit higher up in elevation. There's a little creek here, which is cool. There's Travis and Dennis. We're gonna be camping on top of the mountain, I'm pretty sure. What's that, Dennis? Trout in the water? Where? Oh, right over there?
Bunch of them.
That's awesome.
All over the place.
You excited for this, Dennis?
Yeah.
You excited for this, Travis?
Oh, heck yeah.
Awesome. All right, here's the whole group of guys. We're starting the official portion of the trail. I think the last trail just kind of navigated around the parking lot, which is currently closed. Yes, we are definitely heading uphill right now. And also, this literally just happened, so wish me luck. The front of my boot is coming off. It's not bad by any means, but it's just a little bit distracting and unfortunate. And somebody has a harmonica. Okay, so I got Jorge right back here.
What's up?
How's it going, dude?
Great. How are you all?
Are you asking me or all these people?
The people. I hope
The
you people
people.
are doing good.
I'm sure they're doing fine.
We are.
You excited to do this?
Very excited. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Jorge loves our little bro union trips that we do.
Uh-huh.
It's been a while since we got to do it. So.
Yeah, COVID's kind of slowed us down on it, but hopefully we can make this a regular annual thing again.
Right? Okay, so we stopped for just a minute, and Travis actually helped me out getting some twine onto my boot right down there, and then a passerby hiker gave me some zip ties. So presuming that the twine doesn't last very long, I'll probably have to try to affix this somehow to my boot. Okay, so we're crossing a creek
I
right
did not
now.
come here to win any styling points.
As long as we make it to the other side, right?
Yep.
There's a few different ways to get across here. You doing all right? You got your handy dandy walking stick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're getting into much higher elevation now. A little bit more winded, but we're doing okay. Our spirits are high. I think we're about a mile into the hike. Okay, a little bit of an update with the shoes. So my left shoe started to come loose, so I ended up stopping and using my dad's knife from 1975. I don't know if you can see it there. Used the zip ties that the hiker gave me, and I zip tied my soles of my shoes. So hopefully this holds up. Okay, so we stepped up the trail for just a minute to take a picture over here by the waterfall. Hi guys. You having fun? Leap back over, you can do it. There's Travis. And can Dennis do it? There you go. Nice job. All of our backpacks are right over here, and we're gonna continue on the trail. Okay, so this is where the trail diverges a little bit. This is a trail called Cat Gap, but we are heading to Butter Gap. So we're heading off in this direction. Slightly more elevation. Just look how incredibly beautiful it is. The trees are pretty much orange and red. Here we're walking through the field. This is just, honestly, this is incredible. I love this so much. I can see the leaves are much more red and orange further ahead. So that's exciting. Hold on. There we go. We're walking along the water here. It's very relaxing. So we had to cross over this right here, which was obstructing the path, just a downed tree. But we should be good to go. There's this nice little canopy section of the trail here. So this is nice. We're still hopefully going in the right direction. I think we're going to be hiking for about 2.5 more hours. I guess there was a storm a while ago, which is why the parking lot was closed where we started the trail, because we were seeing a lot of downed trees and branches kind of obstructing the trail, but we are progressing forward, so that's good. Okay, so there's a sign that says we are still on the Butter Gap Trail, so that's good. A little bit worried due to all the trees blocking the path back there, but we are good to go. And we're just gonna stop off and camp somewhere, I think, anywhere that's just kind of convenient. Kind of set up camp and put up our tents and maybe start a campfire before the sun sets, ideally, and then we'll finish the trail tomorrow. So right now we're talking about Harry Potter, which is a fun conversation topic whenever you're hiking through the woods. Right, a lot of controversy, a lot of opinions surrounding the magical world. Look at this right now, the leaves are falling. It looks like we may be taking a break here. But all of the leaves on the trees are changing color and it looks like fall. This is incredible. I think we made it about halfway right now, so we have a few more miles to get up to the top, so we should be good on time. And also my boots are holding up, so that's good. Okay, so we're getting very close to the top. I'm pretty sure we have about a mile to go. The sun is not really starting to set, but it's getting pretty close. I think we have a few more hours until sunset. So what we're going to do is, if we find a camping spot, we're going to go ahead and set up camp there and then continue hiking up to the summit of the mountain. Sounds like a pretty good idea. So we just came from that trail right over there. This is the Art Loeb loop, I'm pretty sure, which this is going to take us to the top of Chestnut Mountain, which is where we're going to be setting up camp and hopefully spending the night in our tents. Okay, so we ran into a couple other hikers who let us know that there's not really a summit to this trail, so we're just going to find the next camping spots and set up camp. There are a good amount of hikers on this trail, as well as mountain bikers and then hunters too, because when I was zip tying my shoes, hunters ran by us with a dead bear. I should have done this a little bit earlier, but I adjusted the white balance settings on my camera for higher temperature of lighting for daylight settings, so hopefully this is a little bit truer to how we're actually experiencing it, because the vibrance of the trees and the leaves right now is incredible. Okay, this is much more accurate to what it looks like in real life, and it does help that the sun is setting, so it's a little bit more of a golden light as we make our way to the top of Chestnut Hill, or mountain. All right, so half of our group stopped off right over here for some trail mix, just a little bit of a break for water, just to rejuvenate and rehydrate, and I think we've almost made it to the top. I think we have about half a mile to go until we get to Chestnut Mountain. Okay, we're getting super close now. I think we have a few more down and backs just to head up to the top of the hill. What did I say? Down and backs? Oh, that's a theme park thing. Switchbacks, that's what I meant. Okay, we are so close. So incredibly close. It is so steep right now, but we can hear the rest of our group that didn't stop for water at the very top of the mountain. This is awesome. It got really steep here at the very end, and we're all doing our best. A couple of our group, they went up to find a campsite and set their stuff down, and they came back to let us know how close we are, and we are very close. I think we made it. I think it leveled out, and I think this is our campsite up here. Whoa, that last part was a little bit hard. All right, and we made it to our campsites at the very top of Chestnut Mountain. That was an intense hike, but what an absolute blast. That was very challenging, but what a cool time. All right, so the first thing that we did at the summit was we each had a beer and we cheersed each other. Everybody brought one beer in their backpack, and we had our little celebratory cheer and chug, basically. And now we're gonna set up camp. The sun is still relatively up right now. It's around 5 o'clock, so it should be up for a couple more hours. So hopefully we can set up camp and then start dinner before the sun goes down. Okay, so right now everybody is setting up their tent, hopefully in a good place before it gets a little bit too dark and cold. We have a fire going right now. We all collected all this wood here, so hopefully we have enough wood to last the evening. Okay, so we've set up our tent right here. Gonna go ahead and put our belongings inside. It's a tiny little tent here, but there's Dennis's side and my side will be right over here, and hopefully we can cuddle and keep warm tonight because it's gonna be cold. Okay, so the sun is pretty much set, and now we're having dinner. This is what I'm having for dinner for myself, this beef pasta marinara. I've already got my boiling water in there. Now I gotta stir it and then zip it shut and then let it sit for about 10 minutes or so. All right, so sitting by the fire, this is what we used to boil the water for these dinners that everybody's having right now. Mine's been sitting for a little while, and I'm gonna use this. This is a utensil set that my dad embroidered. Not embroidered, he etched my name on it back when I was in Boy Scouts almost 20 years ago.
Remember that if you are a mafia, you quietly, without anyone finding out who you are, figure out an agreement as to who you want to kill. If you are a deputy, you come to an agreement on who you want to investigate. If you are the doctor, you point to someone, which can also be yourself, that you want to protect from dying in that round. Does any of the newbies have any questions about the 3 roles?
All right, we
Did
got
that work? Yeah!
Perfect.
Nice. So we've been trying to get this rope over this branch up here for the longest time, and we finally did it. We have the trash and some bags over there. Basically, we are trying to hang all of our belongings up high to get them away from the bears. So that's what we're doing right down here, right there. And yeah, once we do this, I think we'll be heading off to bed. So see you in the morning. And good morning from the next morning. That's our camp way back there. And I wanted to walk down the trail a little bit to see if our belongings were still up in the tree, protected from the bears. And it looks like here they are, all of our bags with our food in it, so we can take that down hopefully and start on some breakfast. All right, heading back to camp. Got the food down from the tree. For anybody that knows the knots, we used a bowline to secure all of the food up into the tree, which is one of my favorite knots, without a doubt. So actually, I think we're gonna wait on breakfast until we find some water, because we're all pretty low on water. So we're just gonna have some dry snacks and foods here, like this dehydrated kiwi, and then a Cliff Bar, and then this Belvita bar right here. Gonna go ahead and take down the tents and then get started on the trail. This is a little morning overview of the campsite before we pack everything up and hit the trail. We're about halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway right now. Hi. They're all having a great time over there. I always try to run away and film from a distance, but they always notice. So we have about 5 miles or maybe more to complete the loop with this trail. Okay, so everything has been packed away. The tent has been all put away. Dennis is carrying the tent, and I am affixing everything to my backpack here. So I have my sleeping bag and my little sleeping bag insert there. I have these bungees that we got from Target, and pretty much what I've been doing is just trying to wrap these around here and then fix it to the backpack, which did work yesterday pretty well. So right now these guys are redoing a photo that they did a while ago when they went on a camping trip, doing the exact same pose.
Where I was not trying to not laugh.
So that's pretty cool. I always love doing pictures like that, just redoing pictures. Okay, so we are officially leaving the campsite right now, embarking on the trail, heading back down the mountain. And I also wanted to show off my sock right here, because overnight I evolved finally into Charizard. So I have my Charizard sock right here, and hopefully my boots work down the mountain. I'll let you know. Heading down the mountain is going to be a little bit easier, hopefully, as opposed to heading up the mountain. Just got to be careful navigating the roots and the rocks. And then again, presuming that my shoe soles hold together the entire way down the mountain, hopefully. So I think once we find some water, we're going to be having some breakfast. And then once we make it back to the cars, we'll head into Asheville. And then I think it's some lunch, probably at a barbecue place. Also, the view up here has not really been the best because it's so wooded, but through the trees you can see the scenery and the mountains over there, and it's absolutely beautiful. We're pretty high up. It's hard to tell through the camera depth of perception, but this is kind of a significant drop off here. So Mr. Dennis,
Yeah.
have you been having a good time?
Oh yeah.
Is this your element, nature, hiking?
Makes you feel alive.
What was your favorite part of the hike so far?
Tough one. Maybe seeing those hunters drag that bear they shot down the trail.
I didn't really even talk about that. So when we stopped to fix my shoes, just suddenly right past us, a bunch of hunters just ran by, dragging a dead black bear, right?
Just like sprinting by, dragging this thing down the trail, not even acknowledging that it was out of the ordinary or anything.
It was a black bear, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a black bear.
That's incredible.
It was just kind of crazy. it's kind of made anything else that could happen this weekend like seem like not as memorable.
Nope.
Right?
And then I got Travis right behind me. You having some fun this trip?
Oh yeah, I'm holding on my football.
What's been your favorite part so far?
You being the coolest guy in the world.
Wow, that's really nice.
Second favorite was us almost running out of water on the mountain, but all the guys being sharing and chipping in, so nobody was thirsty.
Yeah, we have a limited amount of water, which is why we're waiting to have breakfast until we can get to another water source, and then we might filter the water potentially if we have that.
Yeah, we will.
See, this is what I came on this trail or on this trip to really enjoy and appreciate, are all of the changing colors of leaves and just the natural beauty and just like, I don't know, just like this serene environment that is just the wilderness and hiking. I'm also a fan of the canopy sections of the trail where the trees sort of wrap around the trail, which is very pretty. The trees are still very much so red and yellow and orange. We're walking through these tree canopies. Jorge's in front of me now.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, bud.
I broke my sternum strap, so I'm bummed, but
Oh no.
okay.
Having a good time?
Yeah, very good time. Feeling good now that the muscles warmed up.
Right? So unfortunately not the entire trail is going to be downhill because we have to go with the rolls of the mountains pretty much, but for the most part it's downhill. But we're pacing ourselves and we may not stop for breakfast after all. I think they want to push through straight to lunch, but I guess we'll see how everybody feels once we get to the water. So it should just be a few more miles, I think, but then again before that we are going to be stopping for water. Whether or not we have breakfast, I don't really know, but we'll definitely have like a nice little post-hike relaxation experience for sure, because everybody is very tired. We're all warm and gross and smelly, but what an incredible trip this has been, without a doubt. Okay, so we popped that onto a bit of a service road here. There are some telephone poles and you can sort of see the mountains off in the distance way over there. Now we're walking along this road here and then probably getting back onto the main trail again at some point. Okay, so the service road that we were on was over there, but it was the wrong direction. So now we're heading the right direction through this alternative service road here that is currently closed, but we should be good to go now. Okay, so a little bit down the trail, we found some water over here at an incredibly beautiful waterfall. So let's see, I'm gonna try not to slip over here as I prepare to fill my water bottle. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? There we go. All right, filling up, and then we have some tablets that we're gonna use in order to kind of filter this water and make it safe for drinking. This is cool. This is just the epitome of nature right here. Just filling your water bottle from a literal waterfall. So a couple methods of filtration that we've been using are these pills right here, which is what I use for my water bottle, and we're using this life straw, which is really, really cool and incredibly convenient. So we've just been drinking it straight from the bottle, which has been great. Cool, right?
Awesome.
All right, so we continued on this service road for a little bit, but now we are back on the trail, heading through the mountains yet again. We're making pretty good time today, I want to say. Okay, crossing a creek right here.
Hey guys, a lot of really bad rocks.
Yeah, bad rocks. I almost.
There we go.
But I'm good, thankfully.
Okay,
I'm gonna step on
we did it. We're doing pretty good on time, like I said a little bit earlier. So we should get back hopefully in time for like a bit of a late lunch. And we're absolutely going to be doing barbecue. Everybody is incredibly excited about it. So we're walking through this really interesting thicket of foliage right now. I'm excited to get back to our previous campsite so I can change, because I was wearing this yesterday. I did bring like a really thick pullover, but I didn't really bring anything else because I wanted to minimize as much as possible what I brought with my backpack. So I'm just excited to get back and freshen up and then barbecue. That's gonna be nice. Okay, so we reached a bit of a fork in the road. We're continuing on this trail, Long Branch. This is Cemetery Loop straight ahead, so I'm a little bit happy that we're not taking that trail, honestly. But hopefully we're heading in the right direction. We've asked a few hikers and bikers along the way for some help, and they've really helped us out, especially me with my boots. This is pretty cool. Little bridge here to get over this creek. Slightly slanted bridge, but cool nonetheless, right?
Yeah, it looks like it, right?
Having a good time, guys?
Oh, fantastic, man. It's good bro time.
It really is, right? Cool. And then again with the canopied trails, this is my favorite. Look at this, how gorgeous. All right, so we're stopping for a quick water break as everybody catches up a little bit, and this is probably pretty good timing because my boots, I spoke too soon. Look at this, look at this. Can you believe that? Okay, so Travis saved the day. He had some spare tennis shoes on his backpack. Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome. Don't walk backwards, please.
You're my hero.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we popped out of the woods over there into a bit of a meadow, which is incredibly gorgeous, right?
Beautiful.
All of these trees here,
Look at the leaves.
with the leaves starting to change, absolutely. And we're continuing through the meadow, and I think we're getting pretty close
Yeah.
along this long branch trail.
Long branch, what's up?
I also want to point out that I did inspect my boots and they were good before this trail. So honestly, I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty embarrassed.
It happens, don't be embarrassed.
So to go along this trail, we've been following these trail markers, which have been occasional. A lot of the trail has been kind of hard to follow for the most part, just how it snakes through the mountain or the various mountains that are here. But luckily we have some pretty good navigators way up at the front. I haven't really even introduced everybody that's on this trip. A lot of them are like the main crew that I've been hanging out with since college, and then there are a few just kind of like extra guys. But it'd be kind of a little bit too hard to go through and name everybody and their relation to the entire bro weekend that we're doing. Just know that there's a lot of guys here and we're all good friends. So what's really special is getting to do this with Travis and then Dennis, who's a little bit further up the trail, and then Jorge, who I've not gotten to see in a little while, and then just all my friends from college, just years back. It's just a good feeling to be out here doing this, and I almost wasn't able to come. This was a pretty last minute decision to do this, and I'm glad that I did it.
Stand on it, it's gonna rock a little bit.
So we have to cross the river here.
Oh, you got a stick? Yeah, that's stable. Yes, you go there.
Or he's doing it first.
I'm counting on you.
Well, they all did it first, but he's doing it before me.
There you go. Give me a hand.
Oh no!
You want me what?
Okay, let's see.
Boy, that's not smart, dude.
I can do it.
Here, you want to step on the water?
There we go.
Yo! You are such a
Roy, you're a badass.
Thanks, man.
Dang.
You just gotta have confident balance, right?
Good thing I have some waterproof boots.
I know, right? I don't have boots anymore. All right, so we came from that direction. We reconnected with the Butter Gap Trail right here. And there's the marker. We're heading in this direction. There's everybody right up there. Heading to the fish hatchery, which is where we parked. So we're getting very close, and just yet another appreciation for all of the leaves and the trees up here changing for the season. But everybody's way up there, so I gotta go catch up. Okay, this looks familiar. This was one of the downed trees, which means way up here we're gonna have to probably climb over those branches again, which I'm not incredibly excited about because that was a little bit hard. See these trees that are down right here, and everybody's up here a little bit further. And then there's the trail. So was this what we climbed through? Did somebody come and chop this down? It looks like it, right? This is super recent. So this is what we had to climb through, but it looks like somebody came with either some sort of a saw or an axe and just kind of cut it up so people could get through the trail. This is definitely one of my favorite parts of the trail, though, right here. Just how much of a thicket it is, and just this beautiful walkable path through all of these trees. So never mind. So this is the portion of the trail that we had to climb through with the downed trees and the branches covering the path right here. So I guess I just didn't notice that back there when we did that portion of the trail yesterday. So instead of going through those trees, we're going around the downed branches, kind of through the forest over here in the thicket of the woods. And just like that, we've avoided this right over here.
I don't know about just like that.
Whew, that was a lot. That was fun though. This is the part of the trail that runs along the creek here, which means we should encounter a few waterfalls a little bit further ahead. Let's see if I can navigate this walkway right here with Travis's shoes. So far so good. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so I fell, but I'm still doing good. I'm excited because I think we're getting very close to the end of the trail, and according to my calculator watch, we have about a few more hours, I think, before the barbecue place closes. So hopefully we can make it back to the car and then head to presumably Asheville and then have some lunch. So right now we're walking through this meadow along the trail here. Hi, Dennis. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the trail, just walking through this meadow.
Me too.
Okay, so right now we are taking some pictures. This is the trail to Cat Gap, but we are backtracking to Butter Gap. There's a little waterfall right over here. I don't know how stable this is. It seems like it's sagging under the weight just a little bit. We're all just kind of hanging out over here, having some food and some water, and we'll be going back in that direction. Okay, so we're getting a few more pictures. That is actually a really cool picture right there with Dennis on the bridge. It kind of came down over here by these rocks, and we are heading back on the trail. I'm sure that there's a few more waterfalls down here. I'm tempted to jump over this, but not with the camera, but that's where the trail goes in that direction. So right here, this is significant because this is where I stopped to fix my boots initially. I sat right here on this moss and I stabbed the tip of my boot and then threaded the little tie through it. And while I was sitting here doing that, this is when we saw the bear being dragged by the hunters down the path. So that's kind of an interesting little aspect of this trail. And I'm kind of surprised that that's where we remembered where it was. Okay, so we're crossing the river again. Pretty sure the one that we crossed yesterday, or it should be, because now we're going back in the exact direction that we came from. So just gotta make it over to the other side here, and I don't know how close we are right now actually, but we're getting there. Okay, so we've now encountered this green fence, which I remember this fence because this is where Travis twined my boot for the first time when it broke. So we're getting very close. And it looks like we did it. We made it back to the very start of the trail where the fence back there concludes. And this is pretty much right where my boot broke, more or less, yesterday. So I did it. I made it. Yay, with the help of Travis and random hikers. And Dennis with some moral support. And here we are back at the true start of the trail. Right here where this sign is, pretty much because this is the parking lot that is closed due to the flooding, where we had to kind of park way up on the street up here. We hiked 12 plus miles through the wilderness and camped under the stars on the Chestnut Mountain. Now we're heading back to our car, which is right up here, to grab some lunch, finally. Some delicious barbecue lunch, which we are so incredibly excited about. Okay, there's the mountain, or one of them, that we hiked, and we are now back in the car, heading to get some barbecue, right Dennis?
Yay, yay!
Are you excited?
Yes.
Right now we're following this river right over here, which is really beautiful. Just some simple rapids right over there as we make our way over to the barbecue place. Hello, I'm in the window. All right, so we made it to Hog Wild Barbecue. This is where we're finally gonna be having some lunch, and I am so ready for this. Okay, so now we are eating our barbecue inside. This is gonna be delicious. We have some pulled pork here and some ribs, mac and cheese, fries, some beans, and then of course some cheer wine. Okay, so here we are heading back to Asheville, where we're gonna be going to a brewery now to spend a few hours probably and have a few beers. Okay, so we drove back to Asheville and we're here at a brewery called the Green Man Brewery, which is kind of a complicated word to say, but we're gonna grab some drinks inside here and hang out for a few hours. Okay, so we're sitting over here. Everybody got a beer. Myself and Dennis got a couple sours. I got this lemon lime sour. What'd you get, Dennis?
Berry sour.
A berry sour. Okay, so right now we are walking to another brewery. Oh, look, everyone's having a great time on the bus. Okay, yeah, so off to a different brewery. Also, my boots. I'm wearing these because Travis took his shoes back. I had to rip the sole off of the other shoe, so now I can walk normally because I was limping for a little while. Okay, so this is the Wicked Weed Brewery that we're at now, and I got this. This is the Milk and Cookies Imperial Milk Stouts. So this is good. So the sun is starting to set. We are way back there in the back here. We're outside, sort of on the first floor. Here, there are 2 floors to this brewery. I don't know if we're gonna, yeah, it does look incredible, doesn't it? Are we gonna go to another brewery after this, or head back to the campsite?
What the most people want to do, yeah.
Okay. I got some free pretzels too. They were over there. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go ahead and say who's here right now. So this is Dennis. He's my brother, along with Travis, who's at the table right over here. This is Jorge. I roomed with him in college, as well as, where is he? Claus, right over here, and Matt right there. And then we have a few other friends. This is also Matt. And then we have Alex right over here, and his brother Evan at the very end of the table. Then there is Diego right here. He is one of Jorge's friends. And then there's Wyatt, who is technically Jorge's brother-in-law, as well as Diego, actually. Diego married Jorge's sister, and then Wyatt's brother-in-law is Alex right over here. So that's everybody. Okay, so we've been walking through the streets of Asheville to our next brewery location, Asheville's Burial Beer over here. Okay, so this is what the back patio looks like. What I think we're going to do is just head back out front. There's a merch tent, and just grab maybe a few beers and bring those back to our campsite. Okay, so the guys actually decided to go ahead and stay here and grab a couple drinks. Dennis and myself went back to the parking lots next to the first brewery that we were to renew our parking, so we should be good to go. Probably gonna hang out here and then maybe grab a few to-go drinks. I don't know if it's gonna be from here or somewhere else. Okay, so we're heading back to the car right now. This is where everybody sat right in here inside the van and had their beers, which was pretty cool. Just all 12 guys, or most of them actually, just kind of sitting in this van. But now we are heading all the way back to that gate, back to the parking lot. Okay, so here we are at Ingles, myself and Dennis. We are picking up some beers as well as some s'more stuff. The other guys went to go get some pizza and we are meeting back at the campground. All right, so we got the beer right there. I have one here. This one's kind of funny. It's called Hoppy Camper Intense IPA. And then I have the crackers there, the chocolate, and then these massive marshmallows. Okay, so myself and Dennis made it back to the campsite. I had to close this gate because this area is closed to everybody but campers. It's a little bit dark right now, but basically everybody that gets back to the campsite after, I think, 8 o'clock, you have to open and shut the gates for yourself. But now Dennis and myself can head back to the campsite to meet up with the guys who have pizza. Okay, so this is the Supreme, and what's that one? Spinach.
What's underneath?
Pepperoni.
Oh, there's the pepperoni.
Okay, cool. Okay, so right now we are making some s'mores.
On the other hand,
And
it's the one thing.
I think I'm gonna go and call it a night after this, after we make some s'mores. Dennis and I still have to make our tent again, so
Got it.
I'm gonna go and call it a night. See you tomorrow. And hello from our very final day in the mountains. Camping with the bros. We are pretty much all packed up and ready to go. We just need to get all of our belongings into the various cars. We're about to have breakfast right now and then kind of deconstructed the tent, and then we should be able to hit the road here in just a little bit for myself and Dennis to get back to Atlanta, and then myself back to Orlando. So over in the other campsite, Travis and Dennis are playing Pokemon, and I am over in our campsite just trying to organize everything, getting it back into the bag. We were gonna make some breakfast, but I think we're gonna go ahead and go straight to brunch, so gonna have some Pop-Tarts. These are the meals that I brought for the trip and the trail, but did not end up eating them, so I'll probably give them to Dennis because he goes camping and hiking a lot more than I do.
Price is fine.
There's like cards.
What does that do again?
120, and you already had 100, so you're knocked out.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to
I did?
Oh.
Dennis just won.
It's a deck build. More of a deck build.
Yay, Dennis!
Yeah, go with
The
it.
Pokemon Master.
Dennis just got me, guys.
All right, so we are almost done packing up camp. It's right behind me. I'm on the little trail that connects to the campsite showers and bathrooms, which are actually really nice. I think we're about to head out to brunch here in just a little bit. But first, before we go, I thought it'd be kind of fun to open up these. These are little Pokemon tins that inside have evolutions packs. And what I was thinking about doing is giving a pack to my brothers, Travis and Dennis, and having them do a little pack battle to see who gets the very best card. All right, so this is what the campsite looks like. Everybody is leaving right now. There was the other campsite that we used right over there, which is where we did all of our fires. Everyone's driving away, so gonna go and hop in the car and head off to brunch, where I'm pretty sure there is where we're gonna be opening up some packs. And of course, before we head out of the campsites, go and throw away these shoes right here, which caused me so much trouble. There we go. Goodbye, boots. Now off to brunch. And off we go, heading back to Asheville. I'm pretty sure is where we're gonna be having some breakfast with the guys. And then Dennis and I will be, I think, backtracking a little bit to head back to Atlanta. Where I'll be taking my flight back home to Orlando very late tonight. All right, so a bit of a change of plans. We decided to go to the Sierra Nevada Brewery, again, where we were just a few nights ago on our very first night together, although most of these guys did not get to go then. So we're gonna come here for some food, hopefully instead of going to brunch, which works a little bit better because myself and Dennis are going down to Atlanta, so this was much better than going up to Asheville and then back down to Atlanta. Okay, so here we are having some lunch inside the brewery. We're split up into a couple different tables here, but we're going to enjoy this and I think head out after we're done. Okay, so Dennis and Travis are gonna be opening up some Pokemon cards, so go and open up the tent, Dennis.
Whoa, what's
We have 2 evolutions packs. I already told them this was going to happen, so go ahead and take them out.
So we have a Charizard
I'll
and
open
a
that.
Venusaur.
And a Venusaur.
I'll take Venusaur.
Wait,
Okay.
let me do my trick.
No.
So how this works, come on Dennis, you can do it.
I want to do my trick. I'm gonna show the camera. I'm gonna show the camera.
I get the Venusaur though, because Venusaur mine.
What is that? Okay. All right. So what I do is I look at the thickness,
Okay.
and both of these look similarly thick. So I'm gonna take Charizard because it's like a cooler one.
Okay. There's a code card in there which will affect the thickness and the weight of the cards though, so it'll throw you off a little bit. So when you open it, you're gonna take the code card out of the back. Don't look at it. Okay, so take 3 from the back,
3 from the back.
3 from the back and put them to the front.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this is a pack battle, so whoever has the best card at the end will win.
All right.
So you can
Here you
turn
go.
it over.
All right. So Porygon.
Charizard Spirit Link. Ooh,
That's pretty hot.
maybe I got a Charizard in here.
Get them a little bit closer together.
All right.
There you
Full
go.
heal.
Kakuna.
feel the nostalgia?
Oh, I got a full heal.
Okay, Polywhirl, remember him.
Parlor
That's strong.
Caterpie.
Double slap, I love to do that. Do a duo.
Poliwag.
Oh, I need
your
Poliwag,
Poliwhirl.
yeah.
The holographic.
All right, Pikachu.
Hey,
Oh,
Pikachu!
Whoa.
Double Pikachu!
Look at
pretty
that.
cool. Okay, Staryu.
Ponyta.
It's coming up, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Just a second.
Onyx.
Nidoran. Male.
Okay, one more, right? One more?
Couple more.
Couple more?
So this is.
Weedle.
Nidorino.
Wait, you need to do
Whoa,
one
look at
more to get to your reverse.
Okay, mine?
Yeah, one more because you gotta
Here
get
we
to
go,
your
here we go,
reverse.
here we go.
Okay, got a Growlithe.
Growlithe.
So the next one's the holographic.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
You got the better one for
Misty in a bikini, yeah.
Travis won. Dennis, I'm sorry.
That was worth like $20, I think, bro.
This is how I feel. Explosive. So that's where we just did that pack opening right over here in the shade. This is the back patio of the brewery, and this is where we got beers the other night when we came here together and we just ate right inside. But I think now we are heading out. All right, so we just left the brewery. Now we are heading back to the interstate to head back to Atlanta. It's probably gonna be about 3 hours, but I'm excited for it. Gonna get back to civilization and then back home to Orlando. Okay, so we just stopped off at a rest area. I drove the first leg of the trip out of North Carolina and then into South Carolina. We're about 2 hours out of Atlanta right now, so Dennis is gonna take back over.
The closer's going in.
It might rain here soon, so hopefully you do a good job. You excited? Your hair looks fantastic currently.
No, dude, edit this out.
All right, so we made it back to Atlanta. We made pretty good time. We're now heading back to Dennis's place, probably to hang out for a little bit before he has to take me to the airport in a few hours. Okay, we made it back to Dennis's apartment. Let's see if there's anybody in the speakeasy right now. Is it empty?
Yep.
And here it is, the speakeasy that I wanted to look into on our first day here, but there was somebody in here. Sweet. Okay.
I was gonna say, you wanna get a cool thumbnail?
A cool thumbnail? Oh, the thumbnail's probably gonna be like a hiking picture. But it's still pretty cool. Go pose on the couch. Do it. Pose with your backpack. There you go. Looks good. Okay, let's go chill. All right, so we're back inside Dennis's apartment, and what are we gonna be doing now, Dennis?
We're gonna have a good old-fashioned pack battle.
Yes, we are. So we have these Pokemon Celebration Elite Trainer boxes, and then this Charizard box. I may save that one, and we may battle with these right here. We'll see what we get in just a second. All right, so this is the aftermath of our Celebrations opening. So these are the more common cards you can get. Each pack comes with 4 cards, and then these are the more rare cards. So this is kind of a reprint of some of the more popular cards throughout the years to celebrate 25 years of Pokemon. So I got a Blastoise there, I have a Mew EX, I have a few iterations of Pikachu here, and just some old cards there and some full art cards. This one is not from Celebrations, but it's also pretty cool. That's from one of the extra packs that you can get along with Celebrations. And then these are Dennis's polls right here, which are actually very identical to the ones that I got, with the exception of just a few of them. We both got Blastoise. We both got Mew, we both got a Flying Pikachu VMAX, and I don't know, it's kind of funny just in that sense of the pull rates of a lot of these packs, but are you happy, Dennis? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so now we are heading to go catch a train, or I'm gonna go catch a train. Dennis can't drop me off at the airport because he has...
I don't love him enough.
He has something he's gotta do, so I'm taking the train to get to the airport. How exciting. Okay, so I have my tickets, which I have to scan right here. Whoop! There we go. I'm going. Ah, I did it. Okay, Dennis. Goodbye. Okay, so I'm on the train, and I'm taking this line to get to this 5 Points station here, and then heading down south to get to the airport. This is exciting. This reminds me of New York City a little bit. Okay, so there goes the train that I was just on, and now I'm heading downstairs to connect to one of these trains to head to the airport. Hooray! And it looks like this is me. This is heading to the airport, which is south of Atlanta. So hopping on this, and hopefully it'll be just a few minutes to get to the airport. Okay, so I made it to the airport. This is the train that I just got off of right here. It is now dark. This is where Dennis picked me up, right down there. I'm gonna go and head off to check my bag and then check my gate. Okay, so I'm heading to Frontier, which should be over here. I'm pretty positive. I didn't record my experience in getting here because I arrived so late. I got here after midnight, so I just flew in. Dennis picked me up, and we went back to his apartment and called it a night, and then I started the video the next day. Okay, so I just took the plane train here all the way down to my concourse. I'm heading upstairs, and I'm probably gonna be having some dinner here because I am pretty hungry, and I'm also very early for my flight. I'm about 2 hours early right now. All right, so I'm in the food court right now for dinner. I am having an Arby's classic beef sandwich. I have not had one of these in a while, so I'm gonna go and eat this and then head over to my gates. Okay, so my plane is currently boarding right now. That's the plane I'm gonna be taking all the way back to Orlando. Hopefully it's a pretty quick flight. All right, we've arrived in Orlando, taking the automated people mover back over to the main terminal. I did it, I made it back home. All right, I made it down to baggage claim. I'm pretty sure that this is mine right here. I'm gonna go and grab this and go meet up with Brennan, who is picking me up at midnight. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. This has probably been an incredibly long video, but it was so much fun getting to go all the way up to Asheville just to hang out with my literal brothers and my bros, getting to go camping in the woods, getting to just eat trail food and dinners and snacks. It was so incredibly fun. And I got the shower today, so I got to change, so that was nice at Dennis's place for the first time in a few days. It was great. I'm so glad that I got to do it as a very last minute decision, but I got to go and go camping, and I love doing that, and I need to do it so much more often. I'm very tired and delirious and very sore, but I feel very happy. So I'll see you soon. Thank you for hanging out with me and my bros and my brothers. I'll see you soon. Have a great day, and goodbye.